Good morning, children. Today we will study the chemical equation and stoichiometry. A chemical reaction is a brief representation of a chemical change in terms of symbols and formula of substance involved in it. So you know about the many chemical reactions. For example, the silver nitrate reacts with sodium chloride to form silver chloride and sodium nitrate. In 10th class, you will study about the many chemical changes. During the chemical change, the substance, the reactants are converted into the product. So this is the representation of the chemical equations. Now we'll see what are the characteristics of a chemical equation. A chemical equation must fulfill the following conditions. Number one, it must be consistent with the experimental facts. Number two, it should be molecular. We cannot write in the atomic state. So when we write the chemical equation, we write in the molecular state. The third, it should be balanced. That is, it follows the law of conservation of mass and have equal number of atoms of each element on both the sides. So this is a way to write the chemical equation. So it should be balanced. I think you know about the balancing in 10th class. You will study about the balancing of chemical equation. So in a balanced chemical equation, the number of atoms present in the reactant should be equal to the number of atoms present in the product. So we have to obey the law of mass conservation, and that's why we balance the chemical equation. Now the information conveyed by equation. A chemical equation gives qualitative as well as quantitative information. Qualitative means the name of the element present in it. Present in the chemical reaction is called as qualitative. Okay? And it also gives about the idea of quantitative, that is the amount. Now we'll see separately the qualitative information as well as quantitative information. So for the qualitative information, it tells about the name of various reactants and products involved in a chemical reaction. Now in the quantitative, it shows number one, the relative number of reactant and product species, that is atoms or molecules taking part in the reaction. The second point for the quantitative, the relative number of moles of reactants and product. So it gives the idea about how many atoms of the reactant are converting into the product. The third point is the relative masses of the reactants and the product, that it gives the idea about the relative masses of the reactant as well as product. The fourth point is the relative volumes of gases and the products. So it also gives the idea in terms of the volume if the gases are the reactant or product. So it also gives about the information of the volumes of different types of gases. So thus the information obtained from the following chemical equations. So now I have taken one example, and on the basis of this chemical equation, we can say about the information which we can collect from it. So this equation is methane. When it is burned in air, then it forms carbon dioxide and water. So the reaction is CH4 plus 2O2 is converted into CO2 plus 2H2O. So this is the balanced chemical equation. Now in this chemical equation, the first information is one molecule of methane gas react with two molecules of oxygen to give one molecule of carbon dioxide and two molecules of water. So the first information we are gathering from this. Now the second we can represent in terms of moles. So 1 mole of methane react with 2 mole of oxygen gas to give 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water. Now the third point is we can represent in terms of grams. In terms of grams, the 16 gram of methane reacts with 2 into 32 gram of oxygen to give 44 gram of carbon dioxide, and then it is 2 into 18 gram of water. So we can say if you want 16 gram of methane, then it requires 64 gram of oxygen, and then in the product you will get 44 gram of carbon dioxide and 36 gram of water. So this is represented in gram. So we can also, this is quantitative estimation, so we can represent in terms of gram. Now the next is 22.4 liter of methane reacts with 45.4 gram a liter of oxygen to give 22.7 liter of carbon dioxide and 45.4 liter of water at STP. STP means at 273 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure. Now we study about the stoichiometry. The word stoichiometry is derived from the combination of two Greek words. Stoichio means element and metron means measure. So there is a measurement you can say. So in the stoichiometry, we can measure them of substance, that is the element or compound. So stoichiometry thus deals with the calculation of masses, sometimes volume also, of the reactants and products involved in a chemical reaction, or in other words the relationship between the amounts of reactants and products is called as stoichiometry. So stoichiometry is that branch of chemistry that gives idea about the calculation which are based on chemical equation. So on the basis of the chemical equation, you have seen one example. We can write in terms of mass, in terms of moles, and in terms of volume. So these calculations are called as stoichiometric calculation, because in this calculation we can find out the mass, the number of moles, and the volume of the different substances. So then we will see some example for it. Now first we will see what is the algorithm of stoichiometric calculation. So the first means how to calculate the how to do the stoichiometric calculation. So for this we study about the algorithm of stoichiometric calculation. So the first point is write the balanced chemical equation. So first you have to write the balanced chemical equation. So when we write the chemical equation, we have to find out the number of molecules taking part in the chemical reaction. So the number before the formula unit or molecules used to balance the equation are called as stoichiometric coefficients. So when we balance the equation, then we write some number. Now these numbers are called as stoichiometric coefficient. These shows the number of moles oblique molecules, means either the number of moles or the molecules of that particular substance. Calculation based on chemical equation are termed as stoichiometric calculation. So calculation which we are doing on the basis of the balanced chemical equation, these are called as stoichiometric calculation. So these we can do when we write the reactions in the balanced manner. So we have to first balance the chemical equation to obey the law of mass conservation, because that law is already verified. So first we have in the logarithm, we write the balanced chemical equation. And second point, write the stoichiometric coefficient that show the moles of respective substance. So first we have to write the balanced chemical equation, then we write the stoichiometric coefficient that show the moles of respective substance, the substance which are taking part in the chemical reaction and the product. So we write the stoichiometric coefficient to represent them. Third point is convert moles into required quantity. So first third point is we have to convert moles into required quantity if needed. And fourth point is write the given data which are given, the amount of the substance which is taken or which is formed. If it is given the question, so then we write the data given. And the fifth point is calculate the required information by unitary method. I think you know about the unitary method. The simple unitary method is used for the calculation from the given information. So if the information is given, then we can find out about the mass of the substance or the moles by using the unitary method. So these are the general steps involved in all type of stoichiometric calculation. So in the stoichiometric calculation, we have to follow these points. So first we have to write the balanced chemical equation. Then we write the stoichiometric coefficient for respective substances. Third point, we have to convert mole into required quantity if needed. When it is required, then we will convert it. Then we write the data given, that we got the information which is given in the question. So according to that information, we write the datas. And then the fifth point is calculate the required information by unitary method. By using simple unitary method, we can calculate the amount of the substance or the volume. So these calculations are of the following steps. Then we'll see the different steps for the calculation. Now we'll see the calculations involved in the stoichiometric calculation. So first we'll see the calculations involving mole-mole relationship. In such problems, the moles of one of the reactant or product are to be calculated if the moles of others are given. I am repeating, this is mole versus mole relationship. So we will do calculation on the basis of this. In such problems, the moles of one of the reactant or products are to be calculated if the moles of others are given. So this is a way to find out the moles-mole relationship. For this, the one example I am taking, how many moles of carbon dioxide will be obtained when 0.274 moles of ethanol is burnt. So when we burn to 0.274 mole of ethanol, we have to find out how many moles of carbon dioxide will form. Now in the first step, we write the balanced chemical equation. So first step is write the balanced chemical equation for the reaction, and when write the stoichiometric coefficient and other that given moles. Now we'll write ethanol is having the formula C2H5OH plus 3O2 will give 2 mole of carbon dioxide and 3 moles of water. So according to this equation, we are using 1 mole of ethanol, 3 moles of oxygen. Then you will get 2 moles of water and 2 moles of carbon dioxide and 3 moles of water. So this is a mole relationship. So we have to find out the carbon dioxide. So we write the relation between the moles of alcohol and carbon dioxide. So if you take 1 mole of alcohol, then you will get 2 mole of carbon dioxide. The second point, calculate the amount of carbon dioxide by unitary method. So in the unitary method we write 1 mole of ethanol produces 2 mole of carbon dioxide according to the equation. So 1 mole of ethanol produces 2 mole of carbon dioxide. So 0.274 mole will be produced. Carbon dioxide is equal to 2 upon 1 into 0.274. That is 2 into 0.274 is equal to 0.548 mole. Thus 0.548 mole of carbon dioxide will produce. So the 0.548 mole of carbon dioxide is obtained from 0.274 moles of ethanol. So this is a way to do the mole versus mole